Flexible budget is prepared on the basis of behavioral classification. Flexible budget is usually designed to predict the effect of changes in volume and how affect the revenue and expenses. Revenue and expenses. તમારી આવક અને જાવક પર શું અસર થશે? In order to accurately predict the changes in the cost, management has to identify the fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost will constant within the relevant range, and variable cost will continue to increase as a production. Variable cost is increased with the increase in production and the same proportion, but fixed cost is not increased in the same proportion of the production, right? So what exact position, cost position, that we are trying to find out by preparing this flexible budget? So these are the theoretical aspect. Now we go for the practical example of it. This is the first example of flexible budget. Okay, and normally we are preparing the cost sheet. Okay, the example is set just like a cost sheet. તમે cost sheet ની જેમ example ને set કરો છો. Clear? So let us see. Okay, do try to understand the things by preparing a practical flexible budget or by taking a practical example. So here is the example, question number 1. You can read, right? What the question said: the Govardhan Chemicals has prepared a quarterly budget of 40,000 units for the period of January to March 2030. Raw material, direct labor, direct expenses, works overhead 50% fixed, administration overhead 75% fixed, selling overhead is given, and prepare the flexible budget for 30,000 and 50,000 units. Here 40,000 unit information based on 40,000 unit is given, and you are required to prepare for 30,000 and 50,000 unit. Mind well, there is no any fixed format how you present your data, but here the data is given just like a cost sheet, right? So the main objective of preparation of flexible budget is to determine the cost and to determine the profit, right? And that's why if the information is given in cost sheet format, then we are preparing the cost sheet at the various level. Okay, and it is called a flexible budget. And આપણે flexible budget નું નામ આપીશું. So let's see how it is to be prepared. Okay, so I just open a one Excel sheet, right? And it is very easy to calculate this example in Excel sheet. That's why I'm calculating the Excel sheet. Yeah, this is now example 1. Fellow example. We are required to prepare a flexible budget. So I just gave the title here, flexible budget. Flexible budget. Okay, and now here is a particulars. Then after I prepared 2 columns for each level. So 2 columns for 40,000, 2 columns for 50,000, and 2 columns for here 30,000. So here is 40,000 units. This is base 40,000 units, then 30,000 units, and here 50,000 units. Clear? We are required to prepare the flexible budget at 3 different levels. 50,000 units, and 40,000 is the base. It is given. The data is given on 50,000 base, and you are required to 40,000 base, and you are required to prepare for 30,000 units and 50,000 units. Clear? And here it is. Okay. And apart from this, here we prepare total amount, total rupees, and then per unit rupees, per unit and rupees. Okay, and the same is in all the columns. Okay, clear. And now how we set the data. So here first is material, as it is given, direct material or raw material. Raw material. Then the another thing is direct labor, right? And the next thing is direct expenses, right? And the total of this three is known as prime cost. You know that we already learned the cost sheet. Then works overheads, works overheads, and works overhead is divided into two parts. That is 50% fixed and 50% variable. 50% fixed and 50% variable. Okay, fixed and variable. Okay, I would like you to tell me, not mention the 50% here. Fixed and variable. Then the total is known as, when you add the works overhead, it is called work cost. Work cost is also known as factory cost. You know that. Here. Then another cost is administrative overhead. Administrative overheads. And now administration overhead is also classified into two categories, that is fixed and variable, right? Next is it is production cost. Then after, next is selling and distribution overheads. Selling overheads only, the name is given, selling overheads, right? And it is also classified into two categories, I think. Yes, it is fixed and variable, right? And that has become total cost. So this is your structure of the cost sheet, we can say, just like a cost sheet. Okay, and the data based on 40,000, at the level of 40,000 units is given, and you are required to convert into a 30,000 and 50,000. This is the basic fundamental of preparation of flexible budget. Very easy task. So first we have just prepared the structure of it, clear, and it is looking like this. I just show all the lines also, so make easy. Yes, these are lines. Okay. So this is your structure, right? I think it is understand. Now, how to put the figures? Let's see. Direct material, raw material. So raw material is 4,40,000, I think. 4,40,000. So 4,40,000. Correct? Then direct labor is 1,24,000. So 1,24,000. Direct expenses is 16,000. So 16,000. Now the total of this three, total karo do. What is total of this three? It is 5,80,000. Okay, this is prime cost. Now fixed works overhead. Works overhead is 3,60,000. 50% fixed. So 50% of 360. That means 1,80,000. And 1,80,000 is variable. Am I correct or wrong? Okay, 360 is given. 360, 50% fixed, 50% variable. 180 fixed, 180 variable. Agree, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now add this figure in the above total. So, what is your uh, next cost? Work cost. So, your work cost is 9,40,000. Now, 9,40,000 plus administration overheads. Administration overhead is 80,000 and 75% fixed and 25% variable. So 25% of 80,000 is 20,000. So 75% is 60,000. Just check it, everybody. Now, what is production cost? So 9,40,000 plus 80,000. This plus this and plus this. It is 10,20,000.
Yes.
Okay. Now selling overheads. Selling overheads are 50% fixed and 50% variable. Total is given 30,000. So 30,000. That's why here 15,000 and 15,000. Okay. And now make the total once again. This plus this amount and plus this amount. So it becomes 10,50,000. So 10,50,000 is the total cost. Okay. Very simple. I think it is not need to explain you how this structure is worked because you have already learned cost sheet. Clear? Cost sheet already bhanela છે. So it's not a new thing for you. Right now. Okay. So this is now find out the per unit cost. So how to find out the per unit cost? Very simple. Per unit cost is equal to this amount divided by how many number of unit here? 40,000. So divided by 40,000. What your answer is? 11. Correct or wrong? You have the calci. Please calculate it.
Yes.
Yes. This is 3.1 and this is 0.4. And final total cost, prime cost is 14.4. Okay, everybody check it. Now the same formula here, once again. This divided by 40,000. Answer is 4.5. Here also 4.5. And here 23.5. How this 23.5? That's 14.5 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. It is 23.5. Okay. Now here, what is the answer? This divided by 40,000. બધાને 40,000 થી divide કરીએ 1.5. Next 0.5. Next is 20.25.5. Okay. Same pattern once again. This divided by 40,000. Okay. Same. And final cost is this 26.25. Understood, everybody? So this is the base information provided to you. This is the base information provided to you. Okay, on the basis of that, you prepare your flexible budget for 40,000 units. 40,000 unit per cost sheet calculate કરી છે. Okay, now you are required to prepare the cost sheet for remaining levels. બાકીના level ઉપર હવે પૂરું કરવાનું છે. Okay, let's see how we prepared it. Okay. Now there is no any additional information is given that there is something change or all that, right? So basic rule, basic fundamental you are required to be used here, right? So how we change this figure? So variable cost per unit is remain same and total change, and fixed cost is total change and per unit same. Per unit fixed cost is total remain same but total change, and variable cost is per unit same and total change. This is the rule. I repeat once again. Variable cost per unit remains same but total change, and fixed cost total remains same but per unit change, right? So prime cost is always variable. So here 11 and 11, this is remain same. Then 3.1 and 3.1, this is remain same. Clear? And here 0.4 and 0.4, this is remain same. Clear? Per unit is remain same because it is variable, but total change. How the total is changed, right? So this is changed like this. This 30,000, because we are preparing it is for 30,000, multiply 11. So what your answer is? 3,30,000. In the same way, the total cost is like this. Okay, everybody check on your calculator. Am I correct or wrong? Now here 50,000 multiply 11. What your answer is? Not 11. I think I should write here. I'll give, yeah, this one is. um, um, star and this. Okay. So 5,50,000. And in the same way here. Now what is the total of this? No, not 0. What is the total of this? 5 lakh, 4 lakh
4 lakh
35,000.
35,000.
And here is the total 7 lakh 25,000. Each प्रमाणे આ બંનેનું બી કરી દઈએ SS. Okay, is there any doubt? પહેલું prime cost પૂરું તમારું. Okay, now works over it fixed. Fixed, what is the rule? Total is remain same. Total is remain same. And in variable, per unit is remain same, but total is change. Clear? Now how to change? Okay, how we find this figure? 1,80,000 divided by
30,000.
yes, 1,80,000 divided by 30,000. So your answer is 6. Okay, and here 1,80,000 divided by
50,000.
50,000. Okay, so you just observe, right, that 1,80,000 is remain same but per unit change. So as the number of unit is increased, then per unit decrease, and as the number of unit is decreased, then per unit is increased, right? But total is remain same, per unit change. Okay, and in variable, per unit is remain same but total change. But total change, how it is changed? Now 4.5 into 30,000 here, 4.5 into 30,000. What is your answer? 13,50,000. Okay, in the same way for 50,000, how much answer is?
2,25,000.
Yeah, just check it. 50,000 થી multiply કરીશું. Your answer is 2,25,000. Very good. Now make the total. Here is the total 7,50,000, and like this The total of all. It is clear or not? Check कर ले जो everybody. Yeah, check on your calculator. If it is correct, then we will go ahead.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Next, the same fundamental is used here. This is fixed. So fixed here 60,000. 60,000. 60,000 divided by 30,000. And here 60,000 again. And 60,000 divided by 50,000. Okay. Now variable cost 0.5. 0.5. This is remain same. Clear. 0.5 into 30,000. What is your answer? 15,000. Here 0.5 into 50,000.
25,000.
25,000.
25,000. What happened? Okay. Now once again, total. Okay. Now दोबारा वही करना है, बस देख लीजिए. 15,000 fix total remains same and per unit remains same in variable 0.375. 0.375. चलिए तो 15,000 15,000 डिवाइड बाई 30,000 करो. 0.5 I think. And here 15,000 divided by 50,000.
0.3.
0.3 and here multiply 30,000 multiply and here also 50,000 multiply this amount. It is correct. Now make the total of this and the same kind of total here also. So this is your flexible budget, right? If you are produce 40,000 unit, your per unit cost is 26.25. If you are produced less, then your cost is increased 28.375. Or if you produce more, then your cost is 24.975. That means if your production is increased, then your average cost is decreased. If your production is decreased, then your average cost is increased. But it is not exactly increased in the proportion of the production, right? Because the costs are different: fixed cost, variable cost, and semi variable cost. That's why. But here only two kinds of cost: fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, so this is the final answer of your flexible budget, and it's looking like this. Clear? Everybody having any question, you can ask me if you are having any question. This is final presentation, final view of your example. You can see looking like this.